Warning: the Loud Spot podcast uses adult humor and adult language in its broadcast. It may be unsuitable for younger audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Also, we are idiots. Please don't take anything we say offensive or to heart.
Oh no! Oh boy! Ah, here it comes! The motherfucking Loud Spot!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian, hanging out with our guest today, Mr. Tony West from a band called the Blacklist Union. We are also joined by Diego, and Kyler is with us, and Sam is in the background pressing the buttons as usual. Man, Tony West, he is here. You're promoting a new song that just came out called Letters from the Psych Ward. All right, Letters from the Psych Ward, but also previously in March of this year, you had another release, and that was called The Queen of Everything. So 2 releases in 2023, and you have is it a full-length album coming out in September?
Yes.
So tell us about the album. How many songs you're going to have on that album?
There's 10 originals on there and 3 cover songs. We covered Mia, which is an Aerosmith song from Night in the Ruts. I named my daughter Mia after that song, Mia Tyler, as well. My daughter's 10, and it came out really killer. I remember I played it for my daughter, and she got locked up. I saw she didn't know what to do with all that emotion, and I was like, Mia, do you like the song? And she was like, no. And you copied someone. Like you do those,
called you out.
Like you do those Motley Crue guys. I was like, wait a second. First of all, it's called a cover song, and I'm not copying Motley Crue. Like, why am I having this conversation with my 10-year-old daughter?
That's awesome, though.
We just shot a video for that, and then there's 2 bonus tracks on this record, which is Devo, Gates of Steel, and David Bowie, Golden Years. And I did those with 2 of my friends, D.H. Peligro from the Dead Kennedys, who passed away in November, and then Xander Schloss from the Circle Jerks. We just did that for fun, and after D.H. passed away, me and Xander decided that I should put them out as bonus tracks on the record. So
when you do bonus tracks, because back in the day when people did bonus tracks, a lot of times weren't they on cassettes or records? I think did they start with cassettes or records when people started doing bonus tracks? Do you know, Diego?
I think it's always been there because there was always the B-side. Isn't that where a B-side started back in the day on vinyl?
I think bonus tracks come from European releases, different country releases is where that kind of came from, if I'm not mistaken.
So if you put them on bonus tracks as a bonus track, it's not the same. Is it not the same as it used to be? Because back in the day, you'd have on a cassette anyways, you would have a long silence after the last song played. That was numbered. Then all of a sudden, some other songs would come on that weren't even listed on the cassette.
That's a hidden track.
Oh, that's a hidden track, not a bonus track.
Yeah.
Well, Don looks fucking stupid.
There's a Guns N' Roses song. I think it's on. Oh yeah, it's on the Spaghetti Incident. They covered "Fear." I Don't Care About You, and if you keep. When it keeps playing, then that weird Charles Manson song that Axl covered comes on.
Okay, so then what makes a bonus track a bonus? Because I always put them in the same category as bonus and hidden. What makes it bonus then if it's not hidden? What's so special? Why would it be more special if it's already just on the album? I guess is the question. And that's not just towards you. That's just generally speaking. I don't know.
It was recorded at a different time with different people than the personnel of Blacklist Union, and it's going on there because DH passed away. He was in the Dead Kennedys.
Gotcha.
Unexpected.
His last recording, I think. So it's a bonus, just if you're about to have sex with your wife and she's like, "Hey, can I give you head first?" That's a bonus,
You better. It's not gonna work out.
Also with the bonus tracks though too, like you said, it's the album's already been recorded, and sometimes there's been releases and then turn around and a re-release with the bonus tracks. So it makes them almost timeless. There's a lot there's a lot of artists that have done that through the years. So it's, yeah. Plus it keeps it fresh too. Like, you know, I would buy. Deftones did it. Deftones did it with Back to School is a bonus track off of White Pony. That was not original on White Pony. I bought both of them.
I think that's one of the best songs on that album. Honestly, I love that Back to School song.
It's a good song.
So Tony, you're originally from the Bronx, is that right?
Yes.
Then you moved over to Los Angeles, and then Memphis. Give us a little background of your musical history, and why did you move from New York to LA?
I mean, you know, LA was the mecca of rock and roll for years. At least that's what I grew up thinking. And, you know, when I got here, it was a different story. But plus, you know, man, I was sick of slipping on the ice and fucking dealing with snow in New York and freezing my balls off. So that was another big thing for me. But there was a great music scene.
I don't know how you did it. I couldn't do it. It is too damn cold.
No, he was born there, so he moved to LA.
Yeah.
Well, he's smart. I would have got the fuck out too.
I'm definitely what is that, acclimated to the LA thing, like, because I'm, you know, with like, oh, it's cold and it'll be like 50 degrees and shit. But there was a great scene here in LA for a long time. You know, in the early 2000s, there was still a great music scene. And that's kind of definitely dissipated from LA. I mean, there's a couple pockets in the country. Detroit is great. Seattle, I do really well in. Dallas, Houston. I mean, there's pockets throughout the U.S. that there's still some fun, good rock and roll. But yeah, I moved here for music, basically.
Right on. And then you moved to Memphis, is that right, after LA?
So my first wife was from Memphis, and she was a little older than me, and she went to school with the guys in Saliva. So I met the guys in Saliva right before they got signed, and they've been my friends for fucking 25 years now. But Memphis, of course, is the, you know, birthplace of rock and roll, man. You know, Elvis and Jerry Lee Lewis and, you know, all the old blues shit and all that stuff. I love that stuff. I'm really into old blues. But yeah, so I have that New York, Memphis, LA, and I have the Seattle connection too. So all the major rock and roll kind of places.
Right on, man. And then you did a song with Saliva back. What did you do with them? And was like 2014. I say like these years, like people that are in the bands actually know the fucking year that they did these things, but it was probably around 2014 or so that you did maybe recorded a song with Saliva. Is that right?
Our third record, Till Death Do Us Part. You know, Paul Wayne, who just passed away, and Dave from Saliva played on the record, and then Johnny Love from Love Hate did all the lead guitars on the record. So.
Right on, man.
Nice.
We're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we are going to play Letters from the Psych Ward and tell us a little bit about the music video, making of the music video, and we'll go from there. So we'll be right back with Tony West from Blacklist Union.
Tattoo artist. I specialize in cover-ups with bold lines and solid color saturation. But don't let that scare you away. I also do black and gray.
All right, and we are back with Tony West from Blacklist Union. We are going to play his song Letters from the Psych Ward, and I want you to give us a little bit of history about the song and the making of the video after we play it. So here we go with Letters from the Psych Ward.
Facilitation for the motivation of healing my soul, blaming everyone for so long is a deadly game. Pointing fingers all the time. Can you travel in your mind? 'Cause the job is inside. A coup d'etat's about to go down. From the Psych Ward. Let's from the Psych Ward. Let's from the Psych Ward. Let's from the Psych Ward. This circus is filled with clowns. In the moment is the key for freeing you and releasing me. Your break has come to town. Pointing fingers all the time. Can you travel in your mind? 'Cause the job is inside. A coup d'etat's about to go down. Let's from the Psych Ward. Let's from the Psych Ward. Let's from the Psych Ward. Let's from the Psych Ward.
La Chiesa è per tutti, e anche preferentemente per i cattivi, perché la Chiesa è misericordia, misericordia, misericordia.
Let's from the Psych Ward. 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 Let's from the Psych Ward.
All right, there we go. Letters from the Psych Ward, man. Before you go into that song, I'm going to ask you, what drives you to continue to do music? Because, you know, it's just, it seems like you've probably been doing it for, hell, most of your life, and you're still trying to make a record, still trying to make an album. What drives you to keep on going and pushes you to keep on coming out with new music, new records, and new singles?
I know.
What? Go ahead. What, Kyla? What drives them?
Mia. Right? Touche.
So that song, basically what drives me is what that song is about, and that's trying to stay sane in a world that's gone fucking mad. So, you know, this is how I vent my angst, my energy, my pain, my joy, whatever, regardless of who our manager is, who our record company is, whatever, that, that shit changes and evolves as you go. But like as an artist, as a person who has been, music has been there for me since I was 5 years old. It's never left my fucking side. I'm not about to leave its side. You know what I mean? So, and then I have the people I'll get the emails or the messages or meet the people when I'm about to say, fuck this, I'm not playing music anymore. This is bullshit dealing with the music business. I get the people that tell me all of a sudden, your song helped me get through the death of my friend, or your song helped me deal with this, or, you helped me carry on. And those things come, man, when you need them the most. It's so weird, how the universe works like that. But so, and then if you know who we are, we deliver, and if you don't know who we are and you love rock and roll, and there's plenty of people that love rock and roll that still don't know who Blacklist Union is, like, it's kick-ass rock and roll, and I make the fucking kind of music that I want to hear. Like,
Right.
When I see a band, I want to walk away saying wow. When I hear a band, I want to be wowed. So that's my goal every single time. So
hey Tony, growing up in the Bronx, I know Bad Brains has got to be in your repertoire. What's your favorite Bad Brains album, and then educate everybody how without Bad Brains, rock is gonna probably not sound the way it sounds today.
He's like, who's Bad Brains? No, I'm just kidding.
I would say, Rock the Light and Eye Against Eye was probably the biggest record for me by the Bad Brains. And I remember as a kid seeing them, and not that this made a difference to me at all, because I've never judged anyone. Okay. But yeah, Eye Against Eye, Rock the Light. I love the Bad Brains. HR came to a party at my house once, and he was the last guy in the party. He was sleeping on the couch, and I was like, told my friend, I'm like, yo, dude, we got to make HR leave. We had to like wake him up and be like, yo, dude, you got to split, and I had a couple friends that know HR for years, and they're like, you're lucky he didn't live at your house for 3 months. I was like, what?
Man on the couch.
Dude on the couch, yeah.
But I love the Bad Brains.
Hell yeah, dude.
I had one of those. It was my cousin, but
a couch guy.
He was the dude on the couch.
Every time I hear couch guy, I think of that movie Half Baked.
Half Baked, bro. Yeah. I guess.
the guy, yep. And then like there was a dog on the couch too, or something like that. That one like getting so high, like and stoned, it like floated away.
Something like that, yeah.
Speaking about being high and stoned, are you sober now? Completely sober?
Yeah. I don't do drugs and alcohol, but I do get jacked up on fucking coffee though, like way too much.
Hey, that's Diego too. Sometimes people say that they're sober, but then they smoke weed. And I'm like, if you're smoking weed, is that still considered sober?
Not to me, dude. People call that California sober, but I don't know.
No, that doesn't count. Yeah, that doesn't count at all. No.
So what made you, let's get a little deep into that. What made you want to get sober, man?
Watching my friends die from drugs, pretty much.
Yeah.
My guitar player, Todd Youth, who I did the last record with, who, played with Danzig, Ace Frehley, did a whole bunch of shit, was a big part of the New York hardcore scene, was friends with HR and was an Agnostic Front and Murphy's Law and all those bands. He was one of my best friends, and, he died 2018. But Mike Starr from Alice in Chains was one of my best friends. Like, the drug thing, it does not fucking stop. People continue to die. So I have kids and stuff. Plus, man, I wanted to heal. I didn't want to, the reason why I did drugs and alcohol was because of trauma and pain, and once I worked on that stuff at a deep, deep level, the obsession of wanting to destroy myself or be high or whatever kind of dissipated.
Does that change the way you write your music? Like, because, a lot of times people write when they're fucked up because your mindset's in a different kind of place where it's easier to come up with things to write about. Being sober, was it harder for you to be as creative?
So if you know our band or our songs or the interviews I've done over the years, all of our songs are about healing and walking through death or birth or whatever. I write the songs not only so I have to sing, in order to sing them, you have to be on your A game, but they're also therapeutic where, it's like therapy for me. So no, I mean, in fact, as you get sober and heal more and get more in tune with the universe around you, you get more creative.
Can I compliment your jewelry? Can I see that ring? I keep trying to watch it.
Oh.
It is gorgeous.
Oh, thanks.
I love it. That's what I keep. And the glasses, I'm like,
She
yeah.
said gorgeous. Hey, so fill me in. Now I want to know if this is a true story or it's folklore or is it just legend around LA? But did Tracy Gunn call you and was like, I need you to fill in LA Guns?
Yeah.
Is that how did that go down, bro?
I watched Yes Man with Jim Carrey with my son. He was little, and I get this call. Tony, could you sing tomorrow in Atlanta? Our singer quit. And I said, yes, So I flew out and man, I had to learn these songs overnight. I mean, literally overnight. 8 of them I never heard ever. And I was in Atlanta the next night singing them, and I did 13 shows with them. And Tracy's a great guy, and I learned quite a few lessons from him. So
hell yeah, dude. That's awesome.
Did you fuck it up on stage? Like, did you get all the lyrics down from memorizing it like a day before, or did you get them all memorized? Because I couldn't do it.
I mean, I had a system that I had cheat sheets on the stage floor and shit. So because I remember Tracy was like, "Yo, dude, with the notes." I was like, "Look, bro." I'm like, "There's kids singing these songs. Like, I can't be your singer and fuck up the lyrics." I was like, I don't sing about velvet boots and shit, so I need to know what these words are.
Yep.
Are you going on tour to promote the new album that comes out? I guess would that be early fall, late summer, September? Are you going on tour? Are you going on tour to promote it?
We're talking about going to Europe in November. I mean, we want to tour. We're actually all grown men too, so it has to be feasible.
Right.
We'd like to do direct support for someone like Buck Cherry, or I'm friends with the guys in Shinedown or whatever. But Buck Cherry specifically in the States, because that's our genre, and I've known those guys for years. So I keep dropping their name. I love those guys, Josh and Stevie D, and so hopefully we'll be able to team up with them.
It's like you've been on tour and know a lot of people and just various styles and genres of rock music, been in the scene. Is there a favorite band you've ever played with on stage? With Blacklist Union? Sorry, I fucked that up. Blacklist Union.
A favorite band that I've played with? I mean, not that I can think of off the top of my head that we've opened for. I mean, we've opened for Steel Panther a bunch of times.
That'd be cool.
That's always fun. I love those guys too. And Ralph, Michael Starr, he's a great guy and a lot of fun. That gig opening for them is always a good time. So.
Yeah, right on, man. All right, you got a website, you got merch, you got any promotions you want to shout out?
I mean, we're not hard to find. Blacklistunion.com. Just Google us, and we're on all the social medias, every music platform there is. I mean, this is going to be our 5th record. We have lots of videos, and just check it out.
And last question: any plans on coming up with another album after this one? Do you plan to keep on going and going and going?
Well, we're not going to be stopping. I mean, the only way I'm stopping is when I'm carried out in a body bag. So.
That's right.
So yeah. 80 years old, still rocking out. Right on, man. Well, Tony, I appreciate you being here. That's all the time we got for you today. I want to thank you for coming on here. Please stay right there till after the outro song plays. Kyler, Diego, thank you for joining, and Sam, thank you for helping us out. Press the buttons. You also want to thank the Pantheon Podcast Network. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and check us out on all podcasting platforms. That's all the time we got. Peace out, rock on, and much love.
This is the Loud Spot outro by nothing short of tragic. Is this all talk with no action? No. Is this my thoughts with distraction? No. Is this what I bought that's in fashion? Or is this the Loud Spot with Sebastian? Yes. Does nothing short of tragic have us back again? Yes. Does everything that's good really have to end? Yes. Our pimp host has to pimp show, so to get more episodes, make an order, this is over.